Okay, July 39, Texas active. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact has been signed with the Germans by the Russians here. So we're going to do the Russian turn here. They're going to spend $4 on a gun, $4 on an artillery, buy a tech roll, and they get a free tech roll due to the pact. So they're going to have 2 tech rolls. All right, so there's that. We're going to do a couple of combat moves. This stuff over here is I'm gonna have to fight that one, so we're gonna bring in an infantry and a light tank. This dude's gonna wander into there. This light tank, let's just go 1, 2, and we'll take that one. There's no fighting in these 3 here, so that's okay. I could attack these guys up here, but I'm not really feeling like I'm too prepared for that. So instead of doing that, let's just move this cavalry into this one here as well. And that's the only one worth money, but we're not in there yet. So that's that on this side. Down here, we're going to try and attack down there with these guys. Hopefully we're successful. There shouldn't be any major problems with that. And what else do we got going on? We're going to do something with these guys. And I was, I can't remember the names from the comments. My last video there, I believe, I got a couple comments about what goes on with this. Apparently they're all controlled by Germany still. And according to one of the creators of the game there, I guess, John Henry was talking to him on somehow, and he mentions that the Navy disappears, but the rest is controlled by the player that controls them. Same deal. And that's actually at the end of the combat phase there. There's a resolve combat page. I think it's 48, and it's got everything on how a neutral is surrenders and whatnot. So Russia really doesn't want anybody else to have that because they can start becoming problematic. So we're going to just scoop these 2 guys up and we're going to drop them off in the Azores. Why not? We only need, we'll bring 2, that way if we change our direction or something, we're okay. Russia's going to pretty much just, we'll bring up a couple of these guys. You know what? Russia's just going to keep its whole navy together. Talk about paranoia. That's probably smart the way this game's moving. All right. So that's those attacks. I'm going to show the other attack down here. We might as well just increase the our opportunity to get a roll. Obviously, that didn't end up too well for this group there. So, yeah. And down here, the CCP are going to want to do some damage control. It looks like Japan's starting to swing south there. CCP's not in range to do anything to help them. But they can move these 2 guys into the city here. And these aircraft will be getting a commander bonus. And they can come attack that as well. Even if they lose these guys, they'll at least have that established. And I didn't show this yet, but the CCP are going to just use their $3 and build an infantry. And hopefully they can get a recruitment roll out of this. All right, so that's that for Russia's show of moves and whatnot. All right, let's do some tech rolls. That's the order of play here. So tech rolls. Let me just, and this is the first turn Russia gets to start rolling to increase its money. And I'm just going to double check the card. I believe that's at the end of the turn. Yeah, place use units and collect income. Yeah. So technically the research happens in advance of buying our units, but we don't have anything that's going to affect anything. So advanced artillery at 7. Course. And what's the second one Russia might want? How about How about wartime economy? That everybody could use that one. There we go. They got a 10. They got wartime economy. Let's start a new one for Russia. There we go. Tied with the Japanese. They may be fighting over that money. All right. You know what? Let's just resolve it on this side first. So, what do we got going on here? We got a tactical, 2 fighters and 2 infantry attacking a city. No mountains. And is there a river? No, no river. Perfect. Good to know. All right, so there we go. All right, so we're going to do a tactical commander bonus, so it's an 8 or higher. That's a 12. That's a total fail. 2 fighters at 7. 1 hit. And 2 infantry attacking at 2. No hits. So there was 1 hit on the Japanese. Now the Japanese have their 2 infantry at 5 because of the city bonus back. 2 hits. Man, that's brutal. Okay, so we took 1 guy off. If only the CCP could have rolled a little better, and we lost 2. Now, I don't think we want to risk any planes just to kill off and that. We're not going to take any land, so let's say that these guys just fly back home. And we'll place that 1 dude over there. And, well, let's just finish the CCP turn. So the CCP are going to do their recruitment roll. They got 4, so they need a 4 or less. Fail. Done. CCP are done. They collect their $3. Actually 4. There's 2 there, 1 here, and they get a bonus for this location. And if I was smart, I might have moved this cavalry in there, but I missed that, so. All right. Oops. All right, so they collect $4, and the CCP are done. Yeah, I was hoping they'd get a little bit more out of that. All right, now they're going to do this little fight over here. We can just put that right there. Okay, so the CCP are done. We're going to do some Russian attacks now. Let's do this one. Cavalry and mountains at 2. 2 infantry at 1. So let's make this really easy. The blue is at 2, and the 2 blacks are at 1 for the infantry. Fail. And the Iranian infantry back at 4. Man, hit. Okay. Infantry gone. You know what? Let's do that one more time. Blue is cavalry, black is infantry. Too bad. Close, but not quite. Infantry back in defense. Miss. Okay, attack. Blue is cavalry at 2. Miss. Infantry defense. Miss. You know what? We're just going to take this orange one, and we're going to say it's the defender at 4. The black is at 1, and the blue is at 2. It'll make it so much faster. Nobody hit. All right, the cavalry got a hit at something, and in the shot back, the defender missed. So there we go. So that one is done. All right, let's move over to here. No river, no mountains, so we've got 1 defending at 4, 1 attack at 2, and 1 attack at 4. All right, so let's do this again. The blue is the light tank at 4, and the black is the infantry at 2. 2 hits, I only needed 1, so the British are off. And the British are going to roll back at 4. Miss. Okay, so Poland is successfully taken. Right there, and this one there was nobody to fight. These 2, there's no fight that happened, so they just come off. right. Has Russia got anything else going on? No, this one is no contest. There's no fighting involved there. So we'll just say that one is complete. Now down here, there was no fighting to be done, so we're just going to take that. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 for recruitment roll. Let's just do it right here. 4 or less, and they get a free infantry. And look at that. They could get a free infantry or 2 militia. Let's just say they go with an infantry. And we're going to put it over here. Just to be annoying. Now we're going to force the war isn't over yet. It pretty much is, but it's not technically over. Alright, so that's the Russian turn. Now let's get some roundels here and add up the increases. So Russia goes up $2 from nobody. Over here, Russia goes up a third dollar and British goes down. This is Russian now, no income. Change. I need a couple more roundels here. This is Russian worth nothing. This is Russian worth nothing. Sorry. There we go. So Russian's worth nothing, nothing. That's $1 from the British. Iran is $1, and we're going to throw a roundel in the Azores. And that is the Russian turn. So Russia's income is up 3. So from 8. Oh, no, we're not. We're doing this one. Okay. Up 3. So from 2, 3, 4, 5. And they get the bonus of $3. So they're at 8. Plus 3 is 11. And 5 is 16. So Russia's going to collect 16. And we're just going to place the artillery up here. And that here. So we're just going to grab an extra $6. There we go. Russia's done its turn. Off to the next giant brain fart here. July 1939. Russia is allowed to do a D12 roll to increase its wartime economy. When its home territory economy, which is 46, is maxed out, it's technically at full wartime economy. And the separate roundel I got on my board is for conquered territories. It doesn't count as part of its wartime economy. It's wartime economy plus conquered territories. So let's roll this D12 and see what kind of thing we can get. 12s are best. Pretty good, that's a 9. So I'd already collected all the money for Russia. So I'd already collected their 8 plus the 5 plus their $3 bonus from the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. But we're going up 9, so we're at 8, which brings us up to 17. So I need to collect an additional, oh man, everybody's sticking together, an additional 9 for the Russians. Oops. That'll be nice, eh? So 9 extra bucks. So now Russia has got actually $25 in the bank. That's a nice change for Russia. All right, leave it there. July 39, Japanese turn. Tech's active, so the already established, what do you call it? Improved shipyards means that these destroyers are now $5 instead of 7. So we're going to build 2 of those. $12 for infantry. We're going to spend another 6 on 3 tech rolls. So we're just going to go straight into those tech rolls now, and I'll show you the moves I've already established here. All right. Japan is working on wartime economy. 8. That's what they need. They need 7 or more. Japan is also working on long-range aircraft. 8 as well. That's nice. They get that one. And jet aircraft would be handy for the Japanese as well. So let's see if they can get that. Fail. So they got long range, and they got wartime economy. So we're going to wander over here, and they're going to go over to that, and they're going to start. Oh, look at that. They already had that one started. It's another in stage 2. Nice. Okay. Now let's show some combat moves here. So this lone guy from here is combat moving into there. No contest. So there's that. 2 of these guys got scooped up from this location in the transport and delivered here with 2 battleships to bombard. And we're going to bring along a light. No, we're going to bring along a motorized. Why not? Just in case we need extra hits. And we can throw in a tactical. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that. Yeah, we'll land it over there for 4. So we'll just throw in a tactical as well. Why not? We'll throw the seaplane in there. 1, 2. There we go. That seaplane can go in there. Other than that, we're not really going to attack anything this turn. Japan's decided that it's hoping the British start moving somewhere else and chill out. And it's going to consolidate what it has, kick a few people out, move some troops closer to the bottom of the map there so they can maybe hit Yunnan. And here we'll see, or this stuff here, or maybe they'll go after that next. I'm not quite sure. Nothing's quite staged up and established to do a major assault in there yet, but we could probably stage that up for next turn. All right, and there we sit. So we'll do a couple quick rolls. Let's do that. I don't know, what is that called? Henan. Okay, 2 battleships, 4 bombardment, no hits. 2 elite marines at 3, nothing. Seaplane at 4, nothing. And a motorized at 2, nothing. And 1 at 4 back, nothing. All right. So 2 elite marines, nothing. Seaplane at 4, motorized at 2. And this is going to take me all day. And defense of 5, miss. All right, 2 elite marines. There we go. We got our hit. And 1 at 4 back, miss. Perfect. So long but lossless win of that. So Japan's going to go up 2, 3 from the KMT. And time to do some non-combat moves. Not very excitingly, we're going to move 2 transports from this card here. 1, 2, 3. So we'll just move them back to the card, and we're going to non-combat move these units down here into the same place as everything else. We're also going to bring another transport up here, and it's going to scoop this light tank and an infantry, which we're just going to add to that stack. So 1, 2, right? Pretty exciting. And we'll just throw another chip underneath there. And bring another light tank chip. All right, that's 5 light tanks now. Down there. Sweet. And this light tank did not get involved in the fight, and neither did these 2 infantry. So let's move that light tank in there too. Let's make it 6. Nice thing is these guys can move 2 through your own territory, so I can move it back up if I need to. All right. Oh yeah, and I split up my motorized, so I need to leave 1 behind. There we go. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. That is oh, and we'll non-combat move that dude into there. And we're going to place our 2 destroyers here. That light tank got chipped out. And we will place, we need to place some infantry, so we're going to put 3 down here. And we're going to put 1 on the capital. There we go. Japan is done. It goes up 3. KMT goes down 3. That's thinking ahead. So KMT goes down 3 from 5 to 3, and the Japanese go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. That's what we like seeing as Japan. There's no bonuses for Japan because they're not at war, so they just collect their 29. And that's the end of the Japanese turn. We'll see what happens. Oh, this guy's got to fly home somewhere. So we might as well fly him home where all these guys are. It's got a move of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Busting their base. There we're laughing. Okay. Japanese are done. Okay, July 1939. It's the British turn. We're going to do 2 tech rolls, and that'll depend if we are successful on improved shipyards. These units may be cheaper. So I'm hoping I can build. This is to advance the 2 ships that are already on the board. This is to build an infantry and 2 tech rolls. That's Great Britain's money. Australia is going to be building either an $8 destroyer or a $6 destroyer, and if these $2 go off, then maybe they'll have $2 in the bank, or they will have no bucks in the bank. Forest Command is building an artillery and saving $2. And that's it for the purchases. So we're just going to roll right into these tech rolls, and that'll be wartime economy and improved shipyards. Hopefully we can get the final stage on those shipyards here. So what we're all waiting for is wartime economy. Let's do that one first. It's a 6. It's a fail. And shipyards, fail. Okay. So nothing changes on the board up there. Australia is just gonna move this 1, 2. Can't quite make it home. Place this unit and place this unit. And it doesn't get to save those $2. The Netherlands has no money. They're at war with nobody. I'm just gonna finish them off too. So they're gonna non-combat move 1, 2, 3, and they're over here. Okay, so that's it. Australia's complete, done. Netherlands complete, done. They're going to collect $1, done. Okay, Netherlands is over. Far East Command and Britain. I moved a couple ships out of here, and let's see. I moved the light carrier and the destroyer out of there to go sub hunting, and I brought the cruiser from up here to join in. So they're going to attack this sub. That's the only real combat we have for the British. I was toying with possibly doing an attack on one of these 2, but I'm just going to be throwing away the units since these tanks can come back. And if I did attack those tanks, I would probably lose. So it's not worth it. So that's the only real attack we have there. So obviously the plane will be combat air patrol range of 0 off of a carrier, right? So they've flown in here with the carrier, and bang. Let's see if we can't do an attack. I'm not sure if that's legal by the rules. I cannot remember. But it's realistic that the ship moved 3, the plane came along, and ooh, look, the plane on the carrier is on combat air patrol the entire time when it lands, so they found a sub, bang, we attack it. If that's not the rule, let me know, but it's ridiculous if you can't let that happen. So we're going to do that for combat, and we'll see what happens there. It's pretty simple, so let's just do it quick. Tactical. 7, hit, done. Sub back at 4, no, I think they defend at 3. Sub defend at 3, yeah. Miss, so done. That hurt. That hurt. So, non-combat move. We are going to move this transport in with here, and we're going to take this sub. There's nowhere to really convoy anybody with the subs. So we're going to send this one 1, 2, 3 over there. And this is all together now. Can't really shoot at that thing. This thing's a problem, potentially. So the British are going to non-combat move these units from here 1, 2, 3, so that they're in range to do something about it should they decide to later. And it'll kind of prevent the Germans from trying to bring that destroyer up. Germans still have that destroyer, and they got the one sub over there. That's it. Not much else for the British to do. I'm going to say they're going to non-combat move these units. This can only go 2. Let's set a base. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. And 3. Let's move some stuff together. Then they're going to place a single infantry. You know, paranoia is going to kick in for you. We'll put it right in there. Done. So that's the British turn. They're done. And we'll move on to the French. There's not much for them to do, really. What do the French have? They have no money. The only units the French have is this seaplane and some commanders. So the French are going to move this seaplane and land it back up here then, along with the commander, and this plane, or this ship with the commander. Where can they move that? 1, 2, 3, and they can put it back on escort duty again with the commander on it. I don't know if that makes a difference on yeah, I guess it does, +1 attack and defense, right? So it's kind of like a light cruiser now, since it's got a commander on there. Alright, so that is the British and French turn, and the Dutch turn. There's not a lot they are really in a position to do, and they can't really reach the Germans, so they can, but not in a realistic manner right now. So there's that. And yeah, they're all at full income now, except for the Dutch. Nobody attacked anything next to them, so the Dutch turn is over. They got nothing. There you go. Okay, Italy's turn. July 1939. Italy's going to buy 1 tech roll. Maybe they can finish wartime economy. Going to spend $4 to move the cruiser forward on their build chart, and the remaining 3 for a single infantry. So let's find out how this tech roll goes. Wartime economy, no, not a 7 or higher. Alright, so that's done. Since we're here, before we forget, we're going to move this forward. And I forgot to show on the last turn placement of units, British artillery there, and they placed the cruiser and the light carrier there that were on the build chart, and the aircraft that was in London has just landed on that. Done. Alright, so that's their turn. Now that we're back with Italy, Italy is not going to do any combat. It is, however, going to do some non-combat moves. So this coastal sub is a move of 1. It's at a Navy base. It's going to go 1 plus the extra move for 2. Subs can go in and out of that, no problem. This sub is going to go 1. That sub's going to just stay there. These subs are going to split up. 1 there, 1 there. And you know what? This combat air patrol, we don't really need that right now. So we're going to fly back to here. And we're going to move a stack of 3 dudes into the capital. Yeah. 3 dudes into the capital, and we're going to place our new dude right there. Italy's done. Bang. Italy collects its $7. Next turn. Let's see what Italy does. Okay, and last turn of the round here. Americans and the KMT. Okay, we're on the American and the KMT turn. KMT is going to build a militia and an infantry with their $5, and the US is allowed to roll, and they get a victory point if they have heavy bombers, long-range aircraft, jet aircraft, and strategic rockets at the end of the turn. So they're going to roll for all 4 of those every freaking turn because that's a free point. Why not? Right? So they're going to do that. And they're going to lend lease an artillery via the Burma Road to the KMT. And since they're not at war with anybody, nobody can intercept the US's lend lease sent. So that's just going to land there. And these guys are just going to land there. And that's it. So let's do these 4 tech rolls for the US. And last but not least for the US, we're going to do their income increase. So, all right. Heavy bombers. We almost got that one finished. 7. Nope. Okay. Jet aircraft. 7. I need an 8. Nope. Long range. Okay, we got long range. That's stage 1 of long range. It's a 12. We only need a 7. And strategic rockets. We need a 9 or higher. Nope. So we got long range stage 1. Where are we here? Where are my Americans? There we go. So long range stage 1. That's it. All right. Now let's do a quick little roll here. This is an income increase roll for the Americans. I don't know if you can see that, but that's exactly what you don't want. A 1. So the Americans were sitting at $9. Due to the Chinese attack, they went up from 6 to 9. Then when the Germans did their attack on Britain and France, they moved up from 9, 5 months to 14. And then they just did their income roll, so now they're at 15. So the Germans collect 15. Or Germans. The Americans collect 15. So, yeah. And they're 1 more tick closer to getting that point. So the Americans are saving $1 and they're collecting 16 or 15, but they're saving $1, so they have 16 in their pocket. Done. Now the KMT. There might be some actual action over here. That's brutal doing a roll of 1 though. KMT. If you were the KMT and you saw this coming, this is built right up on the border here because these connect. I don't know how aggressive I get. And this stuff here, you can easily get picked off and picked off. It'd be nice to take that, but you're just attacking with 2 infantry and you're going across a river. Man, it's brutal. Okay, all I'm going to do is personally, I would just non-combat move these guys back and build some units there. So I'm non-combat moving 2 infantry and placing a 3rd. So I'm just going to take a green ship and we're going to put it underneath here. So we now have 8 and 9 regular infantry in here. And we're placing an extra militia in there. So we're going to now have 5 militia. And that. Oh, and 1 extra artillery that is getting lend-leased via the Americans send it to the base, and then it goes across the Burma Road, and it stops. So there we go. Now they have 3 artillery in there too, along with their commander, which is smart to keep them all together. All right, so that is that for the Chinese, and the Chinese only get to collect $2 next turn. I'd like to take something, but that looks too threatening. I'd rather kill off as many Japanese as possible instead of getting picked off in 1s and 2s. Okay, so that's the KMT turn, and that's the end of the round. Yeah, leave it there.